So hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm gonna be talking about ET 2019 and what did I think of it in general. E3 is finally over, and to be honest with you, it was quite an underwhelming E3. To be honest, it was not as great as I expected it to be. But man, I thought there'll be much more shit in this E3, and I was quite disappointed to be honest. But there was still some good shit in E3 this year, and I'm gonna be talking about it. So, yeah, talking about all the press conferences in general, giving my opinion on them, and yeah. So, anyways, let's get this shit started. So starting off, we had Microsoft's press conference, and Microsoft's press conference wasn't that bad in my opinion, but it was not also as good as last year's. It was a decent press conference, but in terms of content, like in terms of video games and stuff, it was quite underwhelming because there was not a lot. But yeah, it was still a pretty decent conference, and we had a lot of cool shit. We had Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, the trailer of it, and looks pretty cool. But it still needs a little bit of work, a little bit animation work here and there. They need to work on the combat a bit more, but it seems like pretty cool. It's gonna be a cool game, and yeah, I just hope it has a pretty solid story because you never know EA because they turn good games into trash, and but yeah. Anyways, besides that, we had Outer Worlds, which is Obsidian's new game. That looks pretty cool as well, and yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to that as well. And yeah, we also then after that we had Cyberpunk, which looks freaking amazing. I just cannot wait for it, and especially with Keanu Reeves being in it, it looks amazing, and I just can't wait. It was such a big surprise for everyone that Keanu Reeves is in Cyberpunk, and I love that. Also, the release date reveal was great. Let Keanu Reeves reveal the release date, which is 16th April 2020, not a long time from now, less than a year if you ask me, about 10 months, 10, 11 months. But yeah, not a lot of time for Cyberpunk, and I'm pretty hyped for that game. It looks freaking amazing, and I cannot wait for it. It's just 10 months away, really. It's not that far. Um, then we have a bit more about Xbox Game Pass here and there, and I love the way that they're expanding on the Game Pass a bit more, adding more games onto it, and I love it. Xbox know what it's doing with the Game Pass, and I love it because Game Pass is really the kind of the selling point on Xbox, really, because that's really good stuff about Xbox that you get Game Pass, and I love it. They're expanding more. They're also opening Game Pass for PC players, which is great. I love that as well. And yeah, there's also this new Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which includes Xbox Live Gold, Xbox Game Pass for PC and Xbox for only $15, which is a pretty damn good deal and pretty good value for money if you ask me. And Xbox are really doing well with the Game Pass, and I love how they're expanding on it more. We also had, for Microsoft, we had the new George R. Martin game, the writer for the Song of Ice and Fire, and From Software developing it. Looks pretty cool. Elden Ring, and can't wait for it. George R. Martin is a freaking fantastic writer, and whatever he works on, I'm pretty sure I'll look forward to, and it looks pretty good. From Software are also pretty well-known developers, so it will be a pretty good game nonetheless. And we have more about the next gen console, obviously the next Xbox. We talked more about it, how it works, how they're making it and stuff, like a bit more about its specs. Really, it's gonna be 8K and it will support 120 frames, which is insane. You can really imagine how powerful console the next Xbox would be, and I cannot wait for it. It's gonna be great. And they're also really, they're gonna obviously announce that they're gonna release Halo Infinite with the next Xbox, which obviously makes sense because Halo is their biggest franchise, biggest exclusive. So obviously they'll do that. And we also got more Halo Infinite towards the end, and I loved it. Even though haven't really played the Halo games, it still look pretty cool, and I just can't wait for it. Like, I really need to play the other Halo games to really understand this one, but it looks pretty cool. Pretty sure hardcore Halo fans must have been really excited for it, and they got what they needed. And it's good to see, people talking about, Halo is finally back on track. And yeah, it's good to see Halo, and I love the way they ended that conference. But a bit disappointed that Fable 4 wasn't there, but I think they're gonna save Fable for next year, because that's really when they're gonna really start talking about next gen games and stuff. So yeah, they kind of held back. They only showed Halo, which is gonna be next gen. Also, along with last gen, it's gonna be like a cross gen game. But yeah, that's about it for Microsoft. Pretty decent conference, even though I think could have been a whole lot better if they had showed more interesting games. Like really, we had, but still there was some cool games here and there, like Lego Star Wars, cool indie games here and there. But that's really about it. Besides these major things, there was nothing really about Xbox that really excited me. But it was a very decent conference, even though they didn't really had a lot to show. I still enjoyed it quite a bit. Next, we have Bethesda's press conference, and oh my god, what a wreck it was. Bethesda, just take a look at for yourself how atrocious and horrendous the conference was.
Given some of that excitement, impressed you're still here. Had a lot of difficulties at launch, and we got to you.
Wow! Wow! ありがとうございます。見てね Thank you! Bye bye!
Thank you, everyone. Wow. Thank you. And
after liberating America from the Nazi scum, we are bringing Nazi killing into virtual reality. Of course, even more evil Nazis to kill. You can kill those Nazis with a friend.
Like, Bethesda just don't need a press conference. It was just such a boring conference, nothing interesting about it. There was nothing, just add quests and NPCs to Fallout 76. Wow, amazing, everyone's cheering. No, that's not how it works. And is it just me, or all Bethesda games are the same? Literally, every game is just over the top crazy action, just shooting up people, killing people and all that. Just over the top action, and just, what is it like with Bethesda? Like, what? They just don't need a press conference. They never had a good press conference, like, ever. Like, the last good press conference they ever had was the 2015 one with the Fallout 4 shit. But besides that, there's nothing. But it was a very bad conference. I'm just gonna tell you that. I don't even know if it's worth talking about, really. But there was, nothing really cool about it. At least last year we got Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield, but this year there's just nothing. It's just pure empty. There's nothing. And Bethesda just shouldn't do conferences anymore. Like, they just don't need a press conference, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't really want to gloss over it a bit, because there was not a lot about Bethesda's press conference I was excited about. It was just very underwhelming. Probably the worst conference this year. But I mean, Bethesda is the worst conference every year, I think. And yeah, but anyways, that's it about Bethesda, because I don't really want to talk about it a lot. I don't care. But yeah. Now, next one we had was Ubisoft's press conference. Now, Ubisoft's press conference was again not very good. Compared to the last 2 years, it was again underwhelming. But still, it was still at least slightly better than Bethesda's. Because, they obviously had Watch Dogs Legion to show, which I don't know what to feel about it, really. Because I love the open world. I love how the open world looks, because it's London and everything, modern day London. And that's a setting not a lot of games visit. But besides that, I don't know what to make of the gameplay. Sure, the parkour looks better. Sure, the gunplay is a whole lot better. But I don't know what this NPC thing that you can play as anyone. And it's just, I don't know about this game, really. Because I just don't know. It's like, I'll probably give this game a pass, but who knows? I just want to see more of this just to really understand, because I don't know what exactly this game is. Like, I don't know like how this NPC system works, because like you can play as anyone, but like just that means you have no character to invest in really. Like, if just one character dies, you can just play as another one, which kind of defeats the point of Watch Dogs. Like, you know, like Watch Dogs used to be so serious and grounded and just took itself so seriously, but now it's just this weird like freaking political game. Like, I hate the entire conflict of the story of Watch Dogs 3. Like, Brexit? What would, just because, you know, people who voted to be out of Brexit, would it do all this? Brexit will obviously not cause a freaking dystopian London. This is insane. Obviously not. This is just too far-fetched, and it's just I don't know, man. It's just crazy, and I just don't like the concept of that. But nonetheless, I like the open world. Gameplay looks definitely better, but not too interested in it really. But that's that was probably the thing I really wanted to see in Ubisoft's one. But besides that, there was still quite a few stuff here and there, like, you know, like Tom Clancy's Breakpoint, which you know, John Bernthal came and talked about it, the Punisher himself. But not too excited about that movie, not into Tom Clancy games, so don't really care. But there was nothing much really. I think towards the end we had Quebec showing up for their new freaking IP, Gods and Monsters or something like that. And I mean, I'm kind of glad that they get their own IP now, because like now they can really finally, you know, have their own IP and not never touch Assassin's Creed again, hopefully, and not fuck it up again, because they're just freaking horrific. Like, Quebec are just a shit studio. They're horrendous. They have no respect, no regard for their fans. They just don't care. But at least now that they have their own IP, they can be happy with it and not touch Assassin's Creed at all and just focus on that. So I'm hopefully thinking this is probably Quebec just leaving Assassin's Creed for good and not touching it ever again. But that's about it from Ubisoft. Nothing much, I would say. I don't really know, because there was just some fun or DLC or something, but there was nothing that was really that much worth excitement or something. I like the way this conference started with Assassin's Creed Symphony playing the Assassin's Creed themes. That was pretty cool. But that's about it. Ubisoft's press conference was again underwhelming, but still it was slightly better than Bethesda's. But it was fine, I guess, but not too good, and I did felt boring. So yeah. Next up, we had Square Enix's conference, and Square Enix, I've got to say, did a pretty good job this year. Last year's one was quite a disappointment, but this year they did quite a good job, not gonna lie. They started off strong with Final Fantasy VII Remake. We got to see a lot of cool shit, you know, like a lot of gameplay for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Also, release date March 3rd, 2020, and it looks great. I love the gameplay, it looks amazing. Cannot wait for Final Fantasy VII Remake, another one of those anticipated games for me in 2020. And yeah, like 2020 in general, there's so many great games coming out. But yeah, besides Final Fantasy VII Remake, there was, you know, Final Fantasy VIII Remastered or something like that. There was just it was like probably 80% Final Fantasy, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, fair enough, you know, there are a lot of fans of Final Fantasy and they would love that. But yeah, you also got a little bit of Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC, whatever. We had like we also had other stuff, other games that Square has been working on, you know, but not really super into it, don't really care, but it's all right, I guess. And then we obviously had Avengers show up right at the end, and Avengers is just a bit of a I'm I'm looking forward to it, but I'm still a little skeptical about it because I saw the gameplay, looks cool, but I don't know, the character models look a little weird, and I think I'm a bit worried about the live services because it looks a little bit dodgy to me. Because even though they're saying it's free, you never know because companies always make up lies to say that. But like, yeah, not really a big fan of what they're doing with the live services, keeping the game alive with content for a few years, because you never know, they might just have pointless microtransactions, pointless overpriced DLCs and shit. But I don't know, I don't really know if I can trust the developers yet. Hopefully it's all free, like they assume it is, like they say it is. But nonetheless, it looks pretty cool. I love the cast. Some people are saying it's a little strange for obviously him to play like Nathan Drake. What's his voice actor's name? Yeah, like him to play Iron Man, the voice actor for Nathan Drake. It's a little strange for people to play to see him play Iron Man, but I mean, I'm quite okay with it really. Troy Baker again looks good. I just like the cast. It looks pretty cool. It's looking up to be a good game with a great story, but I'm just still looking a little skeptical about it. Not fully sold into it. I just want to see more of the game, more gameplay, but still looks pretty cool nonetheless. But yeah, that's it about Square really. Quite a cool press conference, not gonna lie. Much better than Bethesda and Ubisoft. Probably even slightly better than Microsoft because there were some games at least I cared about. But yeah, that's really about it, I guess, for Square Enix. Pretty good conference, and yeah, much better than last year's. So next up we had Nintendo, and Nintendo's press conference was pretty decent, and they did a pretty good job this year. They did much good job, and I'm not really super into Nintendo. Really, the only Nintendo game I have really played is Mario. Besides that, there's nothing really. But yeah, Nintendo Switch. More games are coming in the Switch. They announced that Resident Evil is coming to the Switch, Witcher 3 is coming to the Switch, and a lot of new additions to the Switch. Obviously newer games like Luigi's Mansion 3, Fire Emblem, and obviously a lot of new characters are put in. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which looks pretty cool. We get a bit of a top-down Zelda game, Link's Awakening. That looks good as well. That's really all I can think of for Nintendo, because I'm not really super into Nintendo games, guys, but it was still a pretty solid press conference. They had quite a bit to show, a lot of interesting stuff. Like, Nintendo games are pretty cool, but it's just that I'm not super into them. But yeah, we had a lot of cool stuff here and there. And they also had the Olympic Games for Mario and Sonic, which was also, again, very cool. And towards the end, they also announced the sequel of Breath of the Wild to be in development. And again, another pretty surprise, good reveal. And yeah, Breath of the Wild was amazing. Cannot wait for the sequel. Again, I'm not super into Nintendo games, but Breath of the Wild was a pretty damn good game. People loved it. And yeah, but that was pretty much it for Nintendo's press conference. Pretty solid conference if you ask me. Much better than Ubisoft and Bethesda, even Microsoft for that matter, to be honest with you. But yeah, I guess that's about it for Nintendo's press conference, and that pretty much concludes all the conferences that I talked about. So yeah, overall pretty to be fair, it was a pretty underwhelming E3. Still some great stuff though, like they had a lot of cool stuff. Cyberpunk was great. Then we had Avengers games, looks cool, I guess. We had obviously Final Fantasy VII Remake. These are kind of like the three highlights for me. Obviously there was other cool stuff as well, about the new Xbox, Halo and all that. That was again pretty cool. But besides that, I don't know if there was anything else that I was really super into. But that was a pretty underwhelming E3. Hope next year's gonna be great one, because I mean I'm pretty sure next one's gonna be great, because we had the next gen consoles coming out next year. A lot of new games will be announced, a lot of new games coming out next year, and I can't wait till next year's one. But yeah, overall, what I think, which company won E3, probably either has to be Square Enix or Nintendo. Most likely Square Enix for me, because I really liked how the way they did their press conference, and it was not like they showed just trailers and stuff. They showed actual gameplay, and they showed a lot of the games, like a lot, and I like that a lot. Square Enix was pretty fun, a fun time. Then probably Nintendo, then Microsoft, then Ubisoft, and then Bethesda. But really, that's about it for E3 2019. Pretty underwhelming, but still, I guess that was to be expected since Sony wasn't there this E3. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this E3 in review type thing. Yeah, I'm gonna make a lot of video talking about these upcoming games. Avengers definitely, also Cyberpunk definitely, and just stay tuned to my channel to see these videos in the future. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you did, and tell me what do you guys think of E3. Mention in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. So yeah, bye.